here. Yeah, I finally got the hair finished. Uh-huh. Y'all come on in. Tell me if you like it. This is a creation Ms.V and Sharita came up with. I wanted to come live at our house both nights, but both nights
Sharita came up with.
her children and her husband were in the family room, and it's an open concept house, so they had the TV on the first night watching a movie, and then last night they had the TV on. They were watching, well, the husband was watching the draft, so I couldn't come on again because you could hear it and see it from where we were. Hey, Misty, how you doing? You here? Okay. Hey, Elaine, good evening. Y'all, I ain't gonna tell y'all, I just woke up. You can see sleep still in my eyes. The day is almost over. I woke up at 3:30. It says it's 4:27 on the clock up there. I was tired. And hey, I laid it down about, must have been around 11 o'clock last night, because when I drove in from her house, it was a little after 10. By the time I got my shower and got ready for bed, I laid it down. And when I got up, hey Joy, I got up a little while, long enough to get up and cook breakfast for myself. I thought it was breakfast time. I had eaten breakfast, y'all, and realized it is dinner time. You just not getting up. But that's one good thing about being single, being widowed, however you want to call it. You can do what you want to do. Now, what if I had children still in the house? I couldn't have done that. What if I had a man in the house? I couldn't have done that because it was going to be something he wanted to do. Okay? I'm glad I got out and I did all the things I had to do during the week. You know, I was popping on here, there, and everywhere. So I had the opportunity to lay down without feeling guilty, like, oh, I was supposed to do this. Oh, I had to do that. No, we can start a new week. You love the hair, sunshine? Thank you, thank you. So let me tell you about the hair business. So Sharita is a licensed beautician, although she doesn't work at the beauty shop yet because her kids are small. And all of them are still at home. She's still in her 30s. Okay. So we braided the bottom half of it the first day. And y'all know I came out with the cap on because the top wasn't done. So then I went back last night for her to finish the top part of the hair. So when she braided it down, she braided the front. Y'all can see she braided the front down to the scalp and the sides. And my sides are still coming back, and they real itchy. I don't want to put no tension on them. In other words, they coming back, and I'm just wanting to let them grow as they grow. Oh, I didn't get that jam out the car either. And that's what I'm just going to put the jam on the sides. That's all I'm going to do. So then when she got finished with doing the braids, I was like, you can see the braids. Okay. I was like, these are cute. So then she wet it with the hot water and kind of curled them a little bit so they wouldn't be so straight. Okay. So she braided it up and then dipped it in the hot water. She took the blow dryer and she dried it so it wouldn't be wet going outside. So then I'm like, well, since all my sides haven't come back in yet and they're coming back in real slow, I need something for a cover up. She was like, no, you don't. You don't need to put nothing up there. So let's go back even further. The day we went to go get the hair, y'all see I got 4 colors of hair up here. She thought when I bought each bag, I asked her how many bags I was going to need for the braids. And she say, oh, you only going to need 4 bags because we're not going to put in a whole lot of braids. We don't want no tension on the hair. You got to grow them back out really good now, from my neglect of my own hair after being a cosmetologist over 20 years now. So she looked at me all crazy and she say, brown, gold, platinum, blonde, and then the dark color brown is in there too somewhere. And so I said, you just trust me. Trust me. I've been in this business before you was even knowing what the business was. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. She said, okay. So I went up to the counter. I bought the jam. I bought the little drops that she wanted me to put on my scalp while it was braided up. And I bought the 4 bags of hair. So I'm looking like, I always bought more bags of hair than this when I went to the African shop. And she said, yeah, that's what's wrong. That's why them edges gone. And that's why the hair was breaking and it was so thin because it was too weighted down. I said, well, that makes sense. So the first night I came home, I had half a hair done, half a head of a hair done. Then I went back last night. And so she was like, okay, Miss Creativity, how we gonna do the front? So I told her, I said, I want the front braided down to the scalp. Okay. And that way it'll last longer and I don't have to be doing nothing to it. I can just put it all in a bonnet. The big long bonnets that you have for the long hair. I don't have one, but I'm going to get one today. But I had one that was a medium size. A couple of them that's medium size. So I managed to roll the hair and put it all up underneath there last night. Tonight I'm going to get me the long one before the store closed. So I'm going to get out one time today. I'm going to get me some lashes because that's going to be my makeup tomorrow. It's some lashes. That's it. Now I might put on some foundations and I'm going to put the lashes on, put the lipstick on, and that's going to be it for me. I ain't putting on all that makeup. Not me. Hey, Miss Aretha. I know I'm missing somebody. Let me go back up. Salt in the chat. Okay. I'm messing up. I'm here, girl, so I don't know if you take questions, but where are you from? I am from originally Louisiana. But I've lived in a lot of places. I'm presently residing outside of Houston, Texas. That's where I'm from. Okay. Hey, to just I miss you, Queen. Let me go back up and read y'all's comments. Okay, here we go. So, Missy's in the house tonight. Oh, it ain't night yet. I'm rushing today. Now I just woke up. I'm rushing today. I can't with y'all. Oh, but I got to show y'all my hat too. Ooh, I can't wait to wear it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold your horses, baby. I got to show y'all my new hat. This is my new summer hat. The first one. Ain't it pretty? Let me show y'all. Yeah, it is so me. Yes, indeed. I love it. Thank you to my little sugar wigger. I appreciate you. My little Houston, Texas sugar wigger. I love it, baby. I can't wait, but I'm going to save it for vacation. I ain't going to wear it until vacation. But I had to show y'all that. I said, oh, this is so me. Yes, indeed. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that, baby. You hit me on the spot there. It's got the little glitter. It is a wide brim, so I can crimp it like I want to. Yeah, come on in. Thank you for those roses, Elena. And somebody said they were sending me a cash app. Last time I was on was Friday. And whoever told me to put the cash app in the chat, somebody said they were sending me a cash app. Ms.V, I've already sent it. But I looked in there this morning. Well, not this morning. This evening when I woke up. And it's nothing in there. So I don't know if you sent it to the right place or not. I'm just out here to let you know I did not receive it. Because my moderators kept putting my name in there wrong. It is the 2 E's, 2 T's, and an A. And they kept putting it in as Vita, Vetta. Okay, so you might want to check if you sent it, or if maybe if you forgot to send it. I'm just letting you know I didn't receive anything. Okay, moving on. Hey, Princess, good morning. Well, this morning to me, y'all, since I just woke up. Good evening, y'all. Hey, Miss Joy, looking beautiful. Thank you, Miss Joy. Hey, Cam. Good evening. Hey, Carolyn. I'm awake. Hello, chat. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you, too. To all my little sugar wiggles. Hey, Sunshine. I keep hitting the button, y'all. I got to go get my case today, too. So I need to go get my case. I need to go get my little bonnet. And what else I need to do today? That's all my eyelashes. That's all I need. And come on back home. because I ain't cleaned up at all. I've been doing good this week, though. I've been picking up as I go, so I don't have much to do. I just need to wash for next week. That's it. Uh-huh. Let's see. Let me get y'all's comments here on this other phone, because every time I hit that phone, it's like, click. But thank you, Sunshine. You love the hair, too? I love colors. I've always, since I was 18 years old, started coloring my hair. For those who may not have been here at the time, they had something called sun in, and I think it was pure peroxide. And you would put it on your hair, and it would go outside and get in the sun, and the lightest it would turn is orange, about the color of that hat. And that's how I started coloring. And then from there, I started buying the box colors off the shelf. So I never really liked the dark color hair. So I've always done the different colors of hair. Then when I got into the business, I really got creative then. I mean, I would be blonde up here and gold in here and dark in the back and one side long with a dark color on the short side and different colors on the long side, just whatever. But anyway, this was my idea to put these in. But I learned something too from this time around. Instead of attaching them to the braids in big pieces, because this is all one piece, like that, then put them in smaller pieces and pull them through with the crochet. A piece about this size and pull it through. That's what I learned. Don't put it in, because it's hard to attach it and make it stay up there. These may not stay, they may come out. So if they do, I'm just going to take them apart and put a small piece in there, and then you can lock it by using just a little bit of a hair, like so much of hair, like that, and wrap it around and lock it like that, and that'll be better. Yeah, learn something all the time. Okay, these phones is just jumping up and down. Hey, Miss Jackie Johnson. Hey, Lawana. Okay, I think I'm right up here with, I can't do this phone. It just keep jumping. And this phone, I can't do it because it doesn't have the case on it. So it takes me to Bixby, which is on the phone. It's an app that come on the phone. Some of y'all might know what it is if they use it. I ain't never used no Bixby. Hey, Miss Jackie Johnson. Good evening. You love the look? I like it too. It is me. Okay. The hat that I was sent is so me. And the braids is so me. Yeah. Cindy, how you doing? Me from the Netherlands. Okay, well, come on in, me from the Netherlands. Wait, baby, we don't have no prejudice over here. We don't care where you're from. You could be from backdoor Africa. You accepted over here. For as long as you're respectful, you are accepted. To say that hat is fire. I know it, girl. I was like, oh, it's beautiful. And I like loud colors. I told y'all that from the beginning. I love loud colors. I think they just bring out the blah, the brown in me, you know? Hey, Valencia and chat. Hope everyone is enjoying their Saturday. I am. I just woke up. Now, I did. I just woke up. Sure did, Valencia. And I don't have no regrets. I am so happy that I just woke up because I'm not tired. Apparently, I was really tired. But welcome, Cindy. Okay, let's see what you're saying, Valencia. It is, wait a minute. This stupid thing. It is so beautiful today. It is. I've been looking out the window. It's a beautiful day here, or it was. It's getting late in the evening. It's 20 minutes to 5 here. I'm going to get up around 6:30 when the sun is going down and get out. And I may run through the car wash because the car is dusty. Look like pollen is all over it. It comes through the opening in the garage. And I bagged in, so the back of the car is just full of pollen. That was Thursday. I think they asked for the cash app. Yeah, but like I was saying, I looked this evening, and it was nothing in there. So I don't know, because sometimes I'll do that. I'll say cash out me for so much money when I'm doing a giveaway, or if I'm donating to another channel for something. And if they don't send it, right away, I'll forget it, and it might be another day or two before I go in there and look and send the money. So that may have happened, but I just really wanted them to know that whoever it was, I didn't receive it. Okay. Um, all of y'all that's up in here today, please hit that like button, those three dots up in that corner up there. I would greatly appreciate it. And thank you to all of my new members over here, y'all. I ain't calling out no number because the last time I did that, baby, that content creator came for me and tried to drag me up and down YouTube Street, Road, Boulevard, and Avenue. But it was great numbers, okay, for the last couple of weeks. I appreciate it. And you getting me closer and closer to my goal. Yes, indeed. Um, Please, all visitors, please subscribe, says Misty. Welcome. It's a friendly channel, and hit that like button and run it up. Thank you. Oh, tomorrow, y'all, is the pastor's anniversary. So I got a text from Jason. He comes in here, the little organist. He was in here about a week ago. And I told y'all I hadn't been up there in that choir. I ain't been going to choir rehearsal, so I ain't going up there and I ain't went to choir rehearsal. Because first of all, I couldn't be up and down. Every time they stand up and they sing and they sit down and then there's another song and then you stand up again and you sit down. I can't do all that. It takes me a minute to be standing up too. But my leg is doing much better too with the medication I picked up. It's not swollen today. I took it last night before I went to bed. And it's really looking better, but it's still something wrong with it. And I didn't get my report back from the vascular clinic yet, so I don't know if they found anything with the veins, but I don't know what it could be if it's not the veins. 1, 2, 3. No, I am not Muslim. Why would you think I'm Muslim? How do Muslims act for you to think that I'm Muslim? Hey, Sharita, I'm glad you love your hair. Yes, I do, Sharita. I texted her back last night to let her know that I made it home because she lives in Hitchcock. And from where I am and she lives, it's about a 25-minute drive, but it's dark roads. I brought y'all into my house at night. It's really dark, but I don't think it's going to be dark out here too much longer because they are building up and down the street. When I moved in last summer, I loved it because I felt like I was out here in the wilderness by myself. It's some stores up on each major road, like Nassau Road and down on 96, but nothing out here on the bay. Nothing. And now they're building a big old fitness center that's going to bring in a lot of people, and it's going to be huge. And that's going to be right up the street on the left-hand side, across from the Oasis where I go all the time. And there was the Oasis up there, a little convenience store with a service station. And then there were some apartments, older apartments on the first end of the road. When you first turn in, one set on the left and one set on the right. And that was it on this lonely road. And there are no street lights until you get here. And then the complex is lighted up. So I think I'm going to have plenty of neighbors because right up from the Oasis, I can't tell yet because they don't have a sign out there, but I think that's going to be a new subdivision of houses. Mm-hmm. Do you think rosemary oil grow your hair? I think any oils, okay, that you keep your hair. The main thing that I saw in the business and just from experience of having hair for 70 years, anything that moisturizes your hair, and especially now since we have the natural styles and we don't have to worry about it reverting back, keep it moisturized. Moisture grows hair. That's what I think. That's my experience anyway. If you keep moisture in your hair every day, it's going to grow. Wet hair grows faster than dry hair. Okay, that's my take on it. After 17 years of the business and having hair for 70 years. Well, I'm going to take that back because I didn't have hair 70 years because for the first 4 years of my life, it wasn't hair. My daughter's hair was the same way. It took her until she was almost 4 years old where I could catch it up and even make a little ponytail or put a little bow red or something up there. Yep. But that's the way my family's hair is. It's a lot of hair when we're younger, and then as we age, it just like the other people's hair. It start thinning out. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Medication will play a big trick on your hair too. Your hair is not as strong as you think it is. It's just a little tiny thread, okay? And it doesn't take much for it to pop. Under any, it could be chemicals, it could be medication, it could be tension, any kind of tension on it that's too tight on the hair, that hair is gonna pop. And just like me, just not taking care of it. Okay, when you're wearing the weaves and the wigs and the stuff like that, you got to be careful. That glue should have never been made, in my opinion, for to put on your hair, because you're gonna lose some hair. I don't care how you take it out when you're putting glue in your hair. It would have been better for anybody to have braided up the hair and sew it in versus putting glue in there, because again, you can adjust the tension on the threading of the hair. You ain't got to put that thread in the hair so tight where it cuts the hair, because it's easy to break. It really is. Um, but that's my opinion of it, Misty. Just if you got natural hair, just keep it moisturized. Find you a good moisturizer out there that's not greasy. And there's I can't recommend no brands because I use it all on my hair. I like the one that I have now because it's not heavy and it doesn't make the hair all clump and stick together. I have it on this, and you see, it'll move to keep it from being dry, because this is synthetic hair, so it's gonna dry out like your natural hair would dry out. Hey Sting, how you doing? You loving the hair? Thank you, Sting. I appreciate it. Um, Christian Crabtree, I don't use it. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, Christian. Try to make a complete sentence so when I get down there, I'll know what you're talking about. Hello, Zane. How are you? Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Okay. Hey, Deborah Silver. Rena. Hi, Ms.V. Why your hair look very beautiful. I thought you was going to take us with you. I was going to take you, but I wouldn't have been able to monetize it because they had the TV on. The little kids had their music on, and she has two small ones. And so I just have to do it another time, maybe when the husband is at work, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. We do it outside, just me and her. But I do have a picture we took together. I'm going to have to put it up on my community wall or something and let y'all know who my braider is. And that was my intentions both nights. But both nights they had the TV and the music going. You know how little kids are. Her smallest is, I think, 7. So she's a daddy's girl. So she all over the daddy while he peeping around her trying to watch the TV and everything. And the kitchen is an open concept. So we were at the table in the kitchen, and it's right behind the sofa because she has a big old L-shaped sofa in there. And so we right behind her. So that's the way it is. Yep, I'm sorry, Rena. I was going to do it, but I couldn't. Zane, what's your thoughts on what kids had when you were a kid and what kids have today? Well, we didn't have much when I was a kid growing up. I'm a 50s baby. I was born in 1954, so we had baby dolls. We had jacks. We played outside. We played mud cakes. We got maybe kitchen stuff at Christmas time, our little plates and little pots and pans. Or we went in the kitchen and my mom would give us a pot of her own that she didn't want anymore. And we'd go outside and make mud cakes and pretend. We did a lot of pretending when I was growing up. That was our plaything, hide and go seek and those kind of games. And it was always kids in the neighborhood you could play with. So the games that they have now in comparison to what we had, I think our games, whatever they were, we played a lot of card games. Compared to now, our games taught us to communicate with each other. It taught us to be friendly because we wanted to play together. A lot of the things now on the computer, you don't need anybody but yourself to play the game because you playing against some bot or somebody on the computer. Um, we got outside more, so we got fresh air, we got sunshine. Kids are going to be suffering from vitamin D deficiency. They're overweight now because they don't exercise enough. So I just think we came up in a better time. They should be smarter now than we were because we only had an encyclopedia and a dictionary to go and find out things. Now you can just Google it on the computer. You can go across the world on a computer. You don't even have to travel there. So I kind of like the era I grew up in. I don't think I would like growing up in this era, but just on a computer all day long. You know, I just don't see where that's going to be a benefit to a child. With a social life especially, because you're not used to socializing personally with people, so you're going to have a harder time getting out of that virtual world and communicating with real life people and going on job interviews. It's going to really show up there. You're not used to talking to nobody, and they don't know how to talk to people anymore. The respect is not there anymore. Like an older person, I don't care what they said or did, automatically got respect from my generation. If it doesn't matter whether they were right or whether they were wrong, they were still respected because that's what you were taught. Okay, some people might have been senile for all you know, going through dementia, going through different phases of life where they had kind of lost it, but you still respected them. And if they weren't nice people, you just don't go around them anymore. You'd be like, oh, there come that old lady over there. She ain't nice. And you moved out from around her. You didn't sit up and talk about older people. That's disrespectful. I don't care who raised you. Well, it's kind of saying to me that you weren't raised if you don't know that. And little kids could go and play outside in times gone by with no worry about nobody kidnapping them or picking them up. And the neighborhood was closer. The same rules that worked in my mom's house worked in the neighbor across the street. And if you did something wrong over there, it was just like you did something wrong in your mama's house because they had the same right to spank you over there, just like, or send you home to your mama. She done already called and told you to send you home because of what you did. So I just kind of like the times that I grew up in better. I think it was better people then. These kids today, they don't have empathy, they don't have sympathy, they don't have respect, they don't have a whole lot of stuff. And it's hard for a parent who has that to teach their child to be like that because they are kind of like nerds now to be respectful and have empathy and sympathy and all that for people. So it's harder for them to go out there in the world and be with people and find like-minded people like them. Okay, so that's my thoughts on the Zane. Hey, Deborah Silver, hair looks beautiful. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. Peace and blessings to you also, Shatika. Charlene, good evening. Hey, Charlene, how you doing? Ms.V, I love your hairstyle. Beautiful. She did a marvelous job. Yes, she did. And her braids are so pretty. You know, putting the different colors in there. But I mixed it all up for her. You know how you take the hair and you put all the hair in your hand and then just start pulling it apart and putting it back together. That's how I mixed it up. And then if I had too much blonde on this side, I would part from this side and then put some on the other side. And then just keep going like that until I pulled it apart and I got it to be. And once it went together, see, it went to almost a gold. You can see light in it, dark in it. Yeah. But underneath the bottom is all dark. That's how I started off. I started off with dark on the bottom. I moved up to the gold and then I moved on up to the mixed hair. And that's what colors it came out to be. Now, who told me to do that? Me. Nobody told me to do that. And so that's what was in my head. Okay. Thank you, Charlene. less than 80 subs to 6K. Okay, well, we'll be there this week then. Righty then, because that was the goal. Now the next goal is to go over on Facebook, y'all. So I'm chatting with Ms.V on Facebook too. I keep saying I'm going, I keep saying I'm going, but I got a little bit, I don't know. It was just like a little bit disturbing to me because I was new at this. I was real green at this. And coming out trying to go on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. And I probably could have been well over 20K over there. I don't know where I would have been over there because I was moving fast with just 3 videos. I'm almost at 1,000 over there. And I ain't been over there, probably since January or February of last year. Yeah. So I need to go over there and put my page back together and start building up my subs over there. So I can go ahead on and get monetized over there and come out. I feel comfortable now that I can come out on YouTube and Facebook together. Whereas before, it was hard to me because I had to get subject matter that was conducive to Facebook and YouTube, which I've realized I'm more of a Facebooker than a YouTuber anyway, because I'm not into all this bashing people and cussing and fussing and hell raising like they do over here on YouTube. That's just, it's not me. I like to wake up happy and go to bed happy. I don't like fighting and fussing with nobody. I mean, it never accomplishes anything. It's a waste of energy to me, and that's not my character. So I feel more comfortable doing it now. Charlene is saying, hit the bell. Thank you, Charlene. Hello, Charlene. Drop Miss V's cash out for donations if you know it. Thank you, love. Vet B Mom at G. Wait a minute. What is my cash app? That ain't my cash app. That's my email. My cash app is $V Victorious 2 E's 2 T's and an A. Last name Brown. It's my maiden name. Okay? So it's VEETTA Brown. That's it. Okay? Thank you, Alex. Because people have been asking for it. And I had it, I think, out on my page profile. I believe it's out there. I'm not sure. And also drop my handle in the chat for those who are in the bushes watching and want to subscribe, because people are lazy. They may want to subscribe, but they not going to go out there and look for it. So please do that for me. All right. Black castor oil grew my edges back. I had a friend that says that she used black castor oil, the African black castor oil. I just been keeping mine moist, and they're coming, okay? Yeah. And my hair is so fine on the edges. It shouldn't have never had that kind of tension on it. But they want to catch up every little piece, so they all out here. And they just pulled it out over time. Between them and the stocking caps with the wigs, it didn't stand a God sent prayer. Thank you, Alex. Hello to all the queens and kings in the chat. Thank you for coming in. Much love to you. Thank you, Alex. Thank y'all for coming in. Mon for me. Let's see, where am I? Okay, Alex got it in $ Vieta Brown. And that's right, because yesterday they kept putting it in as $ V1E. So I don't know if the lady sent it to the wrong person or not. I hope not, because I'd hate for the wrong person to be getting it. And it was supposed to be for me. All right. Anyway. Y'all been planning y'all's vacation? It's coming up, y'all. It won't be long. After Wednesday, we have 1 more month of school, and I can't wait. I'm planning a vacation, too. My first vacation I'm going to take, I'm going to Florida. Yep, that's where I'm going. I've been invited, so yes, I'm going to go to Florida. Okay. I'm thinking about Florida and Atlanta. I'm not going out the country this year. I'm going to see my goddaughter because I was supposed to go see her last year and something came up and I did not go see her. And she lives in Atlanta. So that's going to be my two vacations this year. Hot in both places. But I live in the heat, so it ain't going to bother me. I know how to go inside when it's too hot outside. Okay. Um, Miss Deborah Silver says, yes, Miss V. Me and my husband always tell our kids they missing out on a lot. They are. Because it's things you can't do on the computer. You can't play games on the you can play sports on the computer, but you're not playing with other human beings on the computer. You playing against an app on the computer. Uh-huh. We was raised down south. They are raised here in the city, and that's a difference too. When you raised down south versus anywhere else, we tend to have southern hospitality. If we don't have nothing else, we can cook and we have southern hospitality. Because there's people down south like to eat and we like to get together. We like gatherings, big gatherings. So the meet and greets and all that, we grew up meeting and greeting every day. That's what we did. Uh-huh. It's nothing new. Okay, it's no fun for them. No, it's not really fun. That's all they know. So that's what they do. But if they had grown up at a different time, they would understand that we had lots more fun. Getting out of church on Sunday evening, going home, having Sunday meal with the family, and then about 3 o'clock every Sunday evening, we headed out to the softball field, girls and boys. And there were so many of us and so many people in the community. We had two big teams where we could put people on the bench and bring them in when they needed to bring them in. And that's what we did on Sunday evenings. And it was just family. It was cousins and just people in the neighborhood. We knew where to meet up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we got our exercise on Sunday even and on the weekends. Yeah. Making cookies and listening. Okay. That's another thing we did that I don't see a lot of kids doing anymore. Girls and boys used to be in the kitchen learning how to cook. What if you get a wife that don't know how to cook? What I can honestly say, my brothers knew how to take care of themselves with a wife and without a wife. All of them could go in the kitchen and prepare a full meal. Because even though they were playing sports, football, baseball, track all year long, they still were in the kitchen watching my mama. And then once they got out of her house, some of the things that they really like to see my mom cook, they would call back, Mom, how you make your sweet potato pie? Mom, how you make this? How you make that? And she would tell them, and she didn't measure anything. Real cooks, good cooks don't have to measure. After you've been cooking for so long, you know about how much to put in there. The only time she measured was when she was baking, and that was cakes. Even if she was baking cornbread, she ain't measured. She just dumped this in there, dumped that. She's a dump cook. And it always tastes good. And it did not take her all day to do it. We had Sunday dinner every day. Peas, beans, cornbread, greens. That's Sunday food for most people, not for us. Some kind of meat every day. It could be chicken, it could be beef, it could be pork. Yeah, all different cuts of it. That's every day. She cooks in a pressure cooker. She didn't get out of school till 3:15. We didn't get home until about 3:45. And she would go in the kitchen every day, and we had dinner every day, just like Sunday dinner. It might be potato salad. It could be, my dad might have gone out on the pit that evening before we got home and put the meat on the pit. She would come in and make some potato salad and some green beans as dinner. Yeah. That's the way it went down in my house. It was never a shortage of food. Some lady said at work one day, she said, Ms.V, you grew up in that era where food was tight. I looked at her and I said, now you got the wrong person now. It wasn't never, even the animals around our house ate good. Mm-hmm. They ate what we ate. So they ate good. Sure did. Wasn't no buying no dog food. Mm-mm. They ate whatever we ate. Ms.V, you are wearing that hairstyle. It is beautiful on you. Thank you, Marjorie. And thank you, Charlene, for putting it in. And that's the right cash app, $Vietta Brown. Uh-huh. Um, To just to say she over there in Canada making cookies. What kind of cookies you making, to just I need to stay away from the cookies. I'm battling the fat now, baby, but it's coming on down. I ain't weighed yet, but I can see it in my clothes. I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was the stomach, all that sugar. Sugar puts that roll around your stomach, them inner tubes around there. But I'm getting them back off, baby. I told you. Sit up there like a big dummy and eat all that cake and cookies, fooling with them children, and now paying the price. But it's coming off before it get too hot here. Hey Jennifer, how you doing? Love the hair. Thank you. Let's see, going on down. Tracy Daniels, good evening. How are you? I work in that building right behind you. Which one, Tracy? Let's see. Hold on. This one right here? Is that it? I think that's right behind me. What's that building, Tracy? Because I only know the buildings when I see them when the name is on. But I know they beautiful buildings. Downtown Houston is beautiful with the skyrise. Oh my God, it is gorgeous. And that is an old picture. That's my cousin. I text him back. Okay, but it's beautiful. The buildings in Houston are gorgeous. I don't know who the architecture was, but this is a pretty building too to me. This one up here, I love this building. But this is an old picture, like I was saying, so it's way more buildings than that. Now Tracy can tell you that's an old picture from the 70s, where the man is standing under here with a Polaroid camera. There he is. I found him. He's right at the light. I don't know if you can see him, but that's a man with a Polaroid camera on a stand, and he's taking a picture. And I'm assuming this could be 45, this could be 610. I'm not sure. If 610 was there in the 70s. Yeah, 610 was there in the 70s. So I would have to figure out what freeway this is. But it looks nothing like that now. Just fill in all these spaces is what you do. And even behind the short buildings, on the next street, it's going to be a tall building. I might have to find another picture of Houston. Okay. Hold on. I done lost my chat on this other phone. Oh, Lord. Do I have to get on this one? Okay. If you want an idea, Queen, you can crochet hair on top of the cornrows. Yeah, we talked about that, but I didn't want to put the crochet knitted through all of it, because I'm just trying to get it back healthy and strong again. But we thought about that because, see, she had hers crocheted. Let me see. Oh, it's the pictures in this phone that I'm using. When I saw her, and we actually met 2 weeks ago when we were getting our nails done. We both were getting pedicures. When I walked in, I saw her hair and I was like, oh, your hair is beautiful. Who did it? And that's how we met. She told me she did it. And then I asked her, could she do mine? And she was like, sure. I don't have a shop. I do it out of my house. And then she told me where she lived and everything. And I'd always passed up those homes. They just built them about a year and a half ago. And they're like beach homes is what they are. But they're not on the beach. It's because when the Gulf of Mexico flooded, it flooded across Hitchcock and Dickinson all the way up miles and miles away. So all of the new homes that they're building now, they're building them up. So the homes won't flood again. They up on what you call piles. I've been calling them pillars, but I think you call them piles. And then the cars are underneath them. So the cars might flood, but you won't flood. Yeah. But that is a good idea, and her hair is really pretty. She has like the reds in hers, the different colors of reds, and she's much lighter than me, and it's really pretty on her. Salt in the chat. I'm new here, girl, so I don't know if you take questions. Okay, I read that one, and I spoke to Miss Aretha. I gotta find it on this phone because I lost my chat on the other phone. Let me go on down. Oh, I can't stand this phone. I gotta find it on this one. Hold on. Because I keep going over to that old Bixby thing. Here we go. I got it back. Okay. Charlotte, what you talking about? All the sweet stuff that I don't need? Carrot cake, cheesecake, pound cake, German chocolate cake for pound cakes, 7 Up lemon pound cakes, plain pound cakes at Thanksgiving. I make 23 sweet potato pies. All Charlene, I don't want to be nowhere around you because I can't resist none of them. Now, I don't have that kind of willpower. So you ain't never got to worry about seeing me around the holidays. I can't do it. I'm just being honest. Um, and Deborah Silver is saying, give me the lemon pound cake and the sweet potato pie. Oh, so Charlene, you saying you cook these cakes and pies around the holidays. I got you. I got you. Okay. Milo, I'm new here. What are you doing? Out here chatting with y'all this Saturday afternoon because I just woke up, Milo. That's what. I didn't wake up until after 3:30 this evening and got up and ate breakfast and didn't realize that it wasn't morning until after I came in my room and looked at the clock. And I'm like, oh Lord, I done slept through the whole day. But I was tired, okay? So I got my rest. I ain't mad. I ain't have nothing that I couldn't do later. The few little things I've written down here, I can do them before the stores close at 8 o'clock. Uh, I need to start staying away from sweets. Yes, Keisha. I'm telling you, it put that roll up there. And then my arms started getting so big. And I had, a little tone to my arms. And all of a sudden, look here. I can't have that. That's supposed to be like that. So then I had to start exercising the arms again. I was like, damn it. How you mess up so fast? You can't resist either to just let me see. A message held for review. That's a damn shame. Ain't nobody bothering nobody over here. Y'all just some nasty people out there. Membership badges are available. It is not required, but it is greatly appreciated. You can obtain a badge by clicking the join button for $2.99. That's it. Ain't much. You spend $2.99 on anything out there now. Everything that used to be $1 now is $3 in the store. You can find very little in the store for $1. If it's $1 now, you probably don't want it. It's expired, or either you don't need it, one or the other. Okay. Okay, Charlene is cooking and taking her orders for the holidays. I'm making chocolate chip and oatmeal raisins. I use sugar cane for sweetener. Oh, okay. That's a good sweetener. Anything but that white sugar. That white sugar is not good for you. We did a live over here about the different sugars too. Stay away from that one. Find an alternative because it is not good for you. That's some good cookies there. I love raisins. Okay. Houston skyline is breathtaking, says Carolyn, and you can view it from all directions and never see the same thing. And that is so true. It is. And Carolyn, I was thinking, it's so many places I can take my chat this summer just here in Houston because it's so many places I haven't been. Working most of my life while living here, I would go to the events at different places, but most of them would be the same thing. But there are so many eateries too that are well known across the U.S. that I can take them to. So I think that's what I'm going to do this summer. If I don't go to work, which I'm still deciding if I want to do that or not, then, 2 or 3 days out of the week, we just going to tour Houston and go to different places. And some of them are going to be new to me. There's a lot of places in Galveston too. Now I've been to most of the places in Galveston, like Moody Gardens, Moody Mansion, and the Moody's are probably one of the wealthiest people on the island. They have Moody Bank, they came here from Europe and they really, really did well. And they made their money on textiles and the railroad, lots of things that they got involved in here early. And they owned a lot of Galveston. Yeah. And I've been through the Moody Mansion before to hear their story. And it's very interesting how they came here as immigrants and made something out of the first generation that came here. It wasn't generations to come. It was the first generation. Okay? Let's get on down here. You need to start staying away from Sweets Keisha, me and you both, okay? Uh, Charlene is laughing at something way back I said or did. Um, Queen came at 3 p.m. saying, how was your evening? I did. I slept through the morning. I can't tell y'all nothing about no morning. I was deep sleep. And when I woke up this evening was when I had to go to the bathroom. And when I sleep too long, I think my blood sugar goes too low. When I woke up the first time, I kind of had a slight headache. So I knew then, I was like, oh, it's time for you to get up, start moving around. And then I went back, I washed my hands, brushed my teeth, washed my face, and I went on and cooked me something to eat. And I cooked breakfast because I thought it was breakfast time. I did. Deborah, I don't like sweets. I cook for my family. They all spoil. They all get their pie at Thanksgiving. Oh, okay. And Miss Carolyn is saying, plenty in Galveston, a most historical city and pretty. I've taken them down, not on my channel, but I've taken them down to Galveston. It was in the spring, I believe. So it wasn't much shaking on the islands because you know the people be out there in that old dirty water. Now that's something I don't recommend getting off in that Gulf of Mexico. I do not. Why? Because too many houses been washed off in there during the storms, and then they had that old flush eating bacteria out there in the Gulf. Mm-mm. Uh-uh. I don't. I used to back in the day when I was younger. You could actually drive down on the beach. You remember that, Carolyn? And then they stopped you and they put up the seawall and made the seawall higher. And I don't really like getting in that water. I like to go out there and look at it, but I don't really care for getting in that water. I'm kind of scared. Hey, Crystal, how you doing? The Watchman. Are you a Dallas Cowboy fans? No, I'm not a Texan fan at all. I am a Ravens fan, and I'm gonna tell you how I got with the Ravens. I was first New Orleans Saints, and I still am a Saints fan. Being from Louisiana, Watchman, that was the only team we had, so of course I'm a Saints fan. Win or lose, I'm a Saints fan. But when I married my last husband, who passed away, he was a big time Ravens fan. He had season tickets to the Ravens game since they first came into Baltimore. You know, for years they had football in Baltimore, which is the old Cleveland Browns, now moved out of Baltimore overnight behind some problems they were having. I'll put it that way. And then for years they didn't have a football team. And then later the Ravens were born. And he ordered his tickets on paper before the computers were even in the stadium. So for 20 some years, he was a big time Ravens fan. And we went to all of the games at Ravens Stadium. M&T Bank is the name of it. And so when we got married, it was the end of the era of Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and that bunch of people. And that's when I started going to the stadium. And I had never been to a football game in a stadium before. It is so much fun and so different to be out there with the camaraderie of people. But no, I'm not a Dallas fan, but I met Dallas fans all across the country. And I was a flight attendant and just traveling all the way out in Colorado. I'm like, how y'all a Dallas fan? They grew up as a Dallas fan and they still Dallas fans. That's how, it is. But my sister is not either. She is, what's the yellow and green team? Oh, I can't think of her team right now, but they were yellow and green. But her husband is big time. I have a video out here that I did at her house, and I'm showing you his Dallas Cowboy room. Everything in the room is about the Cowboys. We went to a family reunion in Dallas. First thing we had to do was go to the Cowboy Stadium. If you ever get the opportunity to go there, it is gorgeous. The cabinets, the wood in their locker room is to die for. They got it roped off so you can't even touch it when you walking through on a tour. Oh yeah, he spent some money off in there. Sure did. Keisha say Team Ravens. Watchman, Ravens fan. All right. Oh, so you're a Ravens fan too. Yeah, I like the Ravens. They tough. They tough. Yep. And I think Lamar is gonna get it together. You know, he's been there now long enough to take us to a Super Bowl. I thought this was gonna be the year, but he didn't quite have it together. He's an awesome quarterback, but he's got to keep that team on point because when they're playing, they playing, and when they fall apart, they fall apart. It's like I can't believe y'all are at the stadium because that stadium is so loud with noise you can't even hear yourself talking. That's how loud it is. And it holds about 90 some thousand people. That's a lot of noise. And it's fans on both sides of that stadium. You know, it's not just the opposing team over there. It's Raven fans on the opposite side. You can bless the host by super chats, super stickers, or super thanks. You can also cash out Ms.V at $ Theater Brown. All is welcome and appreciated by Queen V, and you got that right. So we're gonna have some fun in here. I love it at football time. We talk a lot of football over here at football time. And I don't bash nobody's team. I just come out here and we talk about it. That's it. That's all, you know, because everybody ain't gonna be the same team you are. But we talk about where you messed up. That's what we do and how you can straighten up for next year. Even when it comes to my team. Yeah, but I had to come out here and take that big L last year. And I took it. I sure did. Hey, we screwed up. We screwed up. Green Bay Packers. That's Sasha's team. Yep. And she picked the team by the colors. Who ever heard of such nonsense? So she got a little corner in his Dallas Cowboy room, and then they have like a half of a wreath, and this Dallas Cowboy on this side of it hanging on the door, and then little Green Bay Packers on this side. I was like, Lord help me, Jesus. Yep, that's her team. Ms.V was almost at 6K. Yeah, we gonna get that, Charlene. I ain't worried about it. We picking up people all over the world, and I love it. There's Sharita in the chat, y'all. I just saw her name come in. Hold up. I'm glad you love your hair. That's my braider, Sharita Cooper. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Sharita. I do love it. Did I do you justice? I got up this morning and I separated it, and all I had to do, I didn't put my jam on there yet because I left it in the car. But that's all I got to do. Yes, ma'am, I love it. So if you live in this area, call Miss V and she'll get you in touch with Sharita. Y'all know how to email me. Yep. And she don't charge you an arm and a leg like the other people do either. I was satisfied with the price too. Yep. And then she takes her time. She asks you, am I putting too much tension on it? Them people don't ask you that. All right, let me get on down because I'm hitting my hour here. Do you think Rosemary grow your hair? Sharita, tell them about what grows the hair. I think anything natural herb will grow your hair and keeping it moisturized. Okay. Hey, Christian Crabtree, I don't use it. Okay, I'm back up at the top again. I'm trying to pull it in on this other phone. I'm going to get my phone case so I can get my phone back in order, okay? Because this ain't working. So, y'all, I'm coming up on my hour. I hope I haven't missed anybody. But I'm fixing to get out of here and go get my phone case, go get my big money, Sharita, and I'm going to give me some eyelashes, and that's going to be my makeup for tomorrow. I'm going back up in the choir tomorrow. Okay, so I can please Mr. Jason so he won't be texting me all day with these long old texts about getting up and getting down. So I got to prop my legs up so they won't collect any fluid, so they won't be hurting tomorrow. And if I get the opportunity, I'll come back out here and I'll talk to y'all tonight. We'll find something to talk about. All right? Until then, y'all hit the like button for me, the 3 dots up in the right-hand corner, and have a blessed and wonderful Saturday. Get out and do something. Because Ms. V finna get up out of here. And I'll see y'all later on, okay? Much love to you. Bye.